I am the state senator for Beaufort County. I was in the Senate for a little over 2 years. Prior to that, I was in the executive branch, chief of staff for Governor Sanford. I used to think that the arguments were between Republicans and Democrats. And then when I went to work for Governor Sanford, I thought the arguments were between the executive branch and the legislative branch. But what I've come to realize, and after looking at the research that's been compiled here, the real battle is between the elected officials, the ruling class, and the people. That is where the battle is taking place. The numbers are absolutely staggering. You heard Ashley say, in 1998, the amount of targeted tax breaks, special deals, tax credits, were $34 million a year. In 2008, the most recent year for which we have certified numbers by the Board of Economic Advisors, the number was $523 million in special tax breaks. Today, that number is close to $1 billion in special tax breaks annually. That's against a $5 billion general fund, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a free market economy in South Carolina. We don't have capitalism at work in South Carolina. And I never thought there'd be the day where I had to stand up here, we needed to stand up here, and talk about how the free market and capitalism is the key to prosperity. That the key to prosperity isn't 170 elected politicians deciding what the emerging industries are going to be 10, 15 years down the road. I've been up here long enough to realize that the decisions those politicians are making with your money, they're not based upon due diligence. They're not based upon economic studies. They're not based on an economic or rational assessment of what's best for you. It's based on getting the right lobbyist, the right corporate tax attorney, getting access to the right committee chairman, and getting your deal done. It used to be the way to get ahead was to have a great idea, save your money, work hard, reap the benefits. I wouldn't advise any client of mine today to follow that model. I would tell them, in addition to that, hire this lobbyist, hire this tax attorney, talk to this committee chairman, because then you can get a leg up on your competition. I faced that just last year with the Sendler Company, a large shopping mall company, had a proposal that was voted on unanimously by the House, and all but 2 senators in the Senate were for it. What it had was sales taxes generated by this new mall. It would get back 2%. And that money would go to pay for the developer's mortgage, to pay for their shopping mall. And that was going to pass. And why was it going to pass? Because it created 1,200 new jobs. Well, I kind of dug into that a little bit, and I said to the state economist, if they've got 1,200 jobs, where are they coming from? And he said, oh, they're coming from other businesses in that area. There's no net increase in jobs. They're just moving from the shops that are there to the new shop. So we're shuffling the decks with your tax money. I stood up there with Greg Robert last year, and Greg Robert is a taxpayer hero because he was absolutely staunch. We defeated that. We set it to defeat, and we're going to do the same thing with Amazon. And it's not just about Amazon. It's not about Sendler. It's about large corporations who believe that they can come in here and hire a lobbyist and hire a tax attorney and get a sales tax break or a corporate tax credit to create jobs. There's no analysis that's done in regard to where the jobs are coming from. They're coming from the mom and pop shops and the small businesses that don't have the ability to take off from work, hang out in this lobby, hire a lobbyist, go to committee chairmanship meetings. They don't have that time. Why are we even talking about this? Why are we even talking and having to defend the notion that what makes our state great and what makes America great is the free market economy and capitalism? I'm a capitalist. I'm proud of that. I like the idea that people can take their money, take an idea, work hard, achieve, and prosper. I like the idea they don't have to drive to Columbia and hire a lobbyist and sit down and cut a deal. The numbers are absolutely staggering. Remember we created last year the TRAC Commission, Tax Realignment Commission, because we have too many sales tax exemptions. We need to sunset those exemptions. And Talbot and Ashley and Don are absolutely right. We right now have 126 special sales tax exemptions. $2.75 billion a year in tax breaks and sales taxes alone. That exceeds the amount of sales taxes we collect. And we're going in the opposite direction. We're not reducing the exemptions, we're expanding them. A month ago, we gave away a new sales tax exemption to a company. And what was the reason? Well, we got to get them to relocate from Florida to Chester County. Well, we gave the tax break, and soon the Treasury will be cutting a check to this company because they moved here 3 years ago. The exemption wasn't given to lure them here. They bought the land in 2008. They built the facility in 2009. In 2011, we gave them a thank you by giving them a sales tax exemption, which, because they've already spent the money, we have to cut a check out of the Treasury to pay them. That is absolutely wrong. Now, based on the research that's been done by my friends at the Policy Council, the Association of Taxpayers, Talbot Black, I'm filing a bill today. If we're going to act like investment brokers, if we're going to do that, and we should, but if we're going to do that, and I think for a while we're going to be, there's going to be disclosure on the front end, there are going to be public hearings, there's going to be independent economic analysis of what this benefit does. Everybody's going to have the right to have their say before a bill is filed and legislators are asked to vote. Not only that, if they want to be investment brokers, if you really want to hire 170 politicians to drive your economy, not only should there be due diligence on the front end and transparency and debate, but guess what? On the back end, they're going to give you a report each year on what they bought with your money. What sort of return they got, return on investment with your money. And so I'm filing a bill today that on the front end requires transparent due diligence, and on the back end requires an accounting to the people. And guess what? If that return on investment isn't there, if they haven't invested your money wisely, vote them out of office. Vote them out of office.
Amen.
Send some people up there that believe that the power belongs with the people. That the power belongs with people taking an idea and money and hard work and achieving, and that success isn't bought up here at the State House and the tax code. Vote people in that believe in that. I never thought in the year 2011 we'd have to be standing up here and defending freedom and liberty in the free market and capitalism. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's come to. When you go from $34 million in special tax credits in 1998 to $523 million in special tax credits in 2008 to close to $1 billion now, you're losing your economy. You're losing your ability to compete. You can't compete against those corporations that have the ability to get a leg up on you. I'm going to push this bill through. Not only that, I'm going to take this bill, I'm going to put it into amendment form, and every single time a special sales tax exemption or a tax credit, and there's like 7 or 8 of them brewing in the House right now, and they're going to come up to the Senate, I'm going to offer up that amendment each time in regard to transparency, and I'm going to force a vote on that amendment each time so that you guys know who stands for capitalism, who stands for the free market, and who stands for the proposition that elected officials are somehow invested with business acumen and can make business decisions on your behalf.
Amen.